Hey everybody, how you doing? Hey, listen up, I got a big announcement. Me and my friend Lexi Schlimmer of Hess Van Schlimmer Metalworks have recently teamed up for this year on November 24th. Riffs for Gifts. This will be a Toys for Tots charity rock show over at Pops in Sauget, Illinois, and it will feature Outrun the Fall, The Poor, Steeples, Monk and the People, The Matching Shoe, and Silent Hollow. This will be a $10 donation at the door or $5 donation with a toy donation also. So we're going to try to raise a bunch of money and a bunch of toys for the kids, for the neighborhood, do a little good for the neighborhood. And I've heard a little rumor maybe that Santa Claus might be there, so that's really exciting. Can't wait to see you all out there. Again, November 24th, Riffs for Gifts over at Pops. More details will be coming soon, but do not miss this show. Biggest thing I've been a part of yet, and I'm so excited to see everybody. And it's going to be a great night for a great cause. See you all very soon. Thanks, everybody.
Hi, this is Lexi
and Sid
of Hess Van Schlimmer Metalworks and Art, home of the Schlimmer Metal Wolves. We are a small but furious family-run welding, fabrication, and metalworks shop with CNC capabilities and now full-scale powder coating operation. We bring unique, affordable quality art to life within the realm of practicality. Whether it's signs, sculptures, railings, shelves, furniture, or even just powder coat for your rims or your patio set, give us a look. Check us out on Facebook or Instagram or call 618-670-5724. We are Hess Van Schlimmer Metalworks. That was terrible.
We tried.
Hey everybody, Shane Presley here. Let me tell you about my friends over at Naked Vine, located at 1624 Clarkson Road in Chesterfield, Missouri, serving up all kinds of delicious wine, whiskey, and local craft beers. Hey, swing by and visit them Tuesday through Saturday. They do live music a lot on the weekends. This coming up Thursday, October 18th, Phil and Carson from the Scandaleros. Friday, October 19th, Pat Liston. And Saturday, October 20th, the Bedlam Brothers. And I will be back out at Naked Vine on November 13th for my next Rock Paper Podcast singer-songwriter storytelling showcase with Maddie Shell, Nick Gussman, and Sean Kimball. So don't miss that show. You can find all this at nakedvine.net. Be sure to follow along with them also on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Thanks, everybody. Enjoy the show.
A podcast is kind of like it's like a radio show that's not on the radio. It's on the internet. Does that make sense? Uh-huh. Yeah. That's also like my mom. It makes it sound more confusing, doesn't it? It sounds like this.
Hi, I'm Joe.
I'm Khyle.
And we're Luxora.
And you're listening to
Rock Paper Podcast.
Rock Paper Podcast. Rock Paper Podcast. Rock Paper Podcast, y'all.
Hey everybody, Shane Presley here, Rock Paper Podcast, coming to you from St. Louis, Missouri. Hanging out today with some of the guys of Luxora.
Hey, how's it going?
How's it going? My name's Khyle.
Hi, Kyle.
I'm Joe.
Hi, Joe. Welcome to the show, guys.
We're happy to be here. It's been a long time coming.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, man. I'm pumped because you guys, I've been taking notice of what's going on, but this is our first time really getting to actually hang and get to know a little bit more about each other and Luxora and everything else going on right now. So, but let's talk about you guys. As we're recording this, you guys fresh off of the Fighting for Autism show from last night.
It's the Spectrum of Sound Festival.
Yeah. Yes, it was awesome. There was 11 bands there. You know, you had everybody from obviously had us. You had Joe Bazzelli. You had Common Time Blues.
Outrun the Fall, Echoes from Ashes, Gorilla Theory, Common Jones, Callaway Circus. There's one more.
Well, I think Pogo Funk was gonna. Yeah.
It was half a Pogo.
It was
Funk.
half a Pogo
Half a
Funk.
Pogo
Okay,
Funk.
yeah,
And they still did great.
They still did great. Yep.
I told them afterwards, it's like, no, you guys still filled it out without having everyone there. So don't be. It was good. It was good. Very long day, and I'd like to thank Brian Higginbotham, the guy who runs the Fighting for Autism campaign. I want to thank 10 Cents. They did such a great job.
Jeff and Jen, they treated us like family from the minute we hopped on the show, and it's really awesome to just see the whole local scene come together for something like that, and not really just do something like that without expecting anything in return.
You saw people's true colors at the event, and it was wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah, man. That I had a really great time talking with all of them a little while back, promoting it and stuff. And good people and all real good friends of mine. So I unfortunately was unable to make it, but I do know there's been talks of making this more of a common thing. Hopefully, maybe a couple times a year. Even
I think that's a definite possibility.
And they're definitely working on trying to do this again, and I hope they want us to be a part of it again.
Yeah.
They were a blast to work with.
Yeah, man. You guys get a couple of wax on that car.
I spent way too long beating the crap out of that thing. Like I don't know. I easily swung that hammer at that thing 50 times. No,
Kyle was
easy.
more sore from hitting the car than he was from rocking out on stage. So
I went to get out of bed this morning and like raised my arm, and it was just like, no, it hurts. Hammer was heavy, man. It was a heavy hammer.
Yeah, I couldn't look the entire time. I just kind of had to walk away from the situation because I'm like, if he falls and hurts himself, I just can't be a part of this.
I was hoping I could jump on the roof enough to like collapse it in, and like it just didn't work. Like I didn't get through the metal. It's metal.
Right.
It doesn't break like paper. Rock paper.
Hey,
Oh my gosh. How long were you setting that one up for?
It took about the whole conversation to get to it, and it wasn't good.
But I did enjoy the live video you guys posted where you tagged the car and everything, and so that was
Kyle's spray paint skills were very.
I don't know what you're talking about. Never done that before in my life.
first timer.
First time, yeah.
I just saw the inspiration from all the
He's
other
a
Luxora
prodigy.
taggings. We want to bring something up real fast.
Yeah.
You won our meme contest.
Oh, yeah.
You got to our heart with the fart jokes, I believe, right?
Yeah, you knew right away the way to win us over. So
here's your tickets. Your 2 tickets to the
Hey-o.
next October 27th for the City Halloween Bash.
Two tickets to Paradise.
2 tickets to Paradise. Get some Eddie Money references up in here.
That was fun, man. You guys, I love when bands actually use social media for fun like that to participate with the audience, and you guys posted a picture and hey, let's make a meme of this, and I was like, yep, this is what's got to go happen. So I was glad that you guys have a very similar sense of humor. So
Exactly.
It's not hard when you think everything's funny.
Right.
I can't take anything seriously most of the time.
That was fun, and like you said, October 27th, you guys are back on the stage at Pops for the city Halloween Bash this year, which I'm excited for those guys. They're always a party, and so they'll be headlining, and then they're bringing along Luxora. We have
Sky's the limit.
the Sky's the limit.
Stump, water, shine.
I took notice of those guys. Stump or Shine in the last Road
something
to
cool,
Point
dude.
Fest, and
Yeah.
I really
There's
like what
something
they're
cool,
doing.
dude. Definitely got their own thing going on, and I support it.
Yeah.
I support it for sure.
And then so they did that. They did the Road to Point Fest up, and then they opened up the Shaman's Harvest and Blackstone Sherry show.
Oh,
No
really?
way.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
I love Shaman's Harvest,
Yeah.
dude.
Well, and so they totally fit for that. Like they're that Southern rock.
Oh yeah,
band, so-
definitely. Yeah, it's so cool in the scene right now because you got so many people doing different things and they're all doing it well. So
It's at the point where everyone just wants to do what they want to do, and no one's trying to fit a niche or fit in a box. Love seeing bands writing for themselves. That makes me so happy.
Yeah, man. But what we said, the sky's the limit.
We also have Verba Stellae,
Yeah.
but I mean, I'm assuming that's going to be all good. I'm
Yeah.
assuming that's all good.
I think so. At least for that one. So So come on out. We have tickets available from the band.
Yep.
And how much are
They are $5.
There we go.
$5, a nice crisp $5. Come dressed up. We're all going to be dressed up. We can't tell you what we're going to be yet,
Because it's going to be a good one.
It's going to be a good one. You'll all get a kick out of it, I promise.
I'm just going to say, for the people that were at our last Halloween show, we dressed up assuming it was a Halloween show, and it was just us and our friends. And I'm just saying, we want everyone to participate this time. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
do
okay.
not let us be the only ones in costumes.
Again. Like, I mean, I guess
What did you guys do last year?
Last year, it's actually a funny story because I wasn't even in the band yet, but I ended up having a hand in kind of booking this show. So basically, a couple of my favorite bands were coming to town: Good Tiger, I the Mighty, Hail the Sun, and I basically told the guys, I was like, "Listen,
you guys have to play the show.
You have to play the show. Just do it for me. I know you guys like the bands, but please, just like they had already had a show, and they're like, you know what, we'll do it." They talked to Mike Judy, and he set it up for them, and
it was tight.
It was a really good show, really good turnout. But yeah, the fans of Luxora and Luxora were the only ones in costume.
And
3 days before Halloween.
And we didn't, like, this time we took time to, like, coordinate, make sure we all have the same costume to have, like, you know, one big appeal as the band. And last time it was everyone just kind of did their own thing. Like, Pat was so funny. He showed up as, like, an old priest. He had this old man mask on. He had his cane. And before we got down to the show, we were just joking around, and he, like, pretended to fall down in the driveway, and he was like, "Help, I've fallen and I can't get up." And we laughed about that for, like, days. It was too good. It was too good. No one else's costumes were remotely funny. I was just a clown. And, like, I made it one song on stage before I'm like, I'm not wearing a mask up here. Props to Slipknot and all those people that do that. I don't know how.
I'm sweaty enough.
Yeah. It's hard enough for me to brush my teeth without breaking a sweat, let alone try to perform in a mask. Like,
There's truth in that statement right there.
I was telling you guys a little bit about my weekend off mic earlier, but I work Broadway Oyster Bar, and Friday and Saturday they had Funk Fest going on.
that's always a good time.
Yeah, and it was a lot of fun. All three bars down there, Broadway Oyster Bar, Beale, and BB's were all participating in it. So one wristband got you into all three bars, and you got to see 12 bands Friday night, 12 bands Saturday night, and
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was really a neat thing, and I do it every year. It's a great event. But anyway, this year Friday night it was the return of this band called Fuck Monster. I can say that on the internet.
It's the name of the band.
Yeah,
you know, it's okay.
And but I guess one of the guitar player moved away for a while, so like they haven't played in like 6 years. But
Oh, wow.
But this was my first time learning of the band and hearing them play and everything. But it was just like really cool what they were doing, like really like heavy, dark, like electrical funk, like a lot of synth and stuff. And
like if 9 Inch Nails wasn't so upset all the time.
Right, yeah.
Like the same vibe, but like happy-ish.
Right.
Like,
they did like Katy Perry's "I Kissed a Girl."
Oh,
and
wow.
so, like really like.
did you like it?
Oh yeah. Yeah. And but I bring it up because they were all wearing like 4 of the members were wearing like bunny outfits,
How bunny? Like
Easter bunny,
Head to toe?
head to toe? Like,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and like had these like big, helmet like head masks things on their heads, and then the 2 horn players were wearing like Mexican wrestling masks.
luchador.
Yeah.
That's,
So
I missed this.
yeah.
And this is Fuck Monster.
Yeah.
Oh my! You got it. If they come to town and I haven't seen about it, let me know because I
Right.
got to see this. Okay, this might be a dumb question, but I'm assuming they didn't have like bunny gloves on their guitar players' hands because
No,
like
I don't think they had anything on their hands.
Don't rabbits only have like
Right.
3 or 4 fingers anyway? Or
I think like almost every
I'm not a zoologist.
Most mammals' bone structure looks identical, like prenatal. So like if you would see like a rabbit's hand next to like a human baby's hand, they're eerily similar, and I'm not joking. It's almost everything with a skeleton. That's a different story.
Yeah,
I like it.
can you put the more you know graphic up
The
right
more
now?
you know.
But it was a ton of fun, man. But like I don't know how they do it. Like I don't know how you wear all that on stage and play and dance around and all that. But they made it work.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you're saying, Slipknot and everybody else that like all those bands that do it. It's
Mushroom Heads.
that's a commitment for sure.
It's a commitment and probably lots of cardio.
Yeah.
Like,
That
I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
but Yeah, so we got the big For the City show. Hopefully we'll come out and have surprise you with these costumes this year, and dress up. And
yes, definitely dress up. Like we said, we do not want to be the only ones. And if you're looking for something different to do this Halloween, just come on down because, like we said, $5 tickets. You really can't beat that. And you're gonna get a bunch of great bands, and it's Pops, man. You can't beat Pops.
Let's just be awesome. Yeah, like Pops has been fantastic. Like they've been great lately. They've been great.
They've been on it.
Yeah, they the new lighting down there looks awesome.
Gosh.
We were down at Discrepancies.
Yeah,
props to them for renting out that light board because they had the craziest light board on top of all the Pop's new lights. And
if you weren't there to see it, it's hard to describe.
I have never. It made all of these bands' show look 10 times better than any show I've ever seen at the pageant, except for maybe Revolution. They had a lot of cool stuff going on, but like.
It was a very. It took everybody's stage show up a notch, and you already had a bunch of bands there that were already killers.
Dude, like I've seen Greater Good a couple times, and we've played and seen City of Parks multiple times, but like everyone just killed it on stage without the effects. And when you threw that board behind them, like Greater Good, they used that board. They had 6 different screens show up when they were coming out on stage with all their live performances, and like I was so hyped by the time they actually came out.
You just came back.
But it was just great.
Yeah, that Hollow Point, that was my first time getting to see those guys. I've been friendly with them for quite a while now, but finally got to catch them live, and like I was telling them, like their drummer Preston, like he looked like a beast in front.
Oh my god, he was a machine. Yeah.
And then, but like just like the cool like rain, different like storm kind of backgrounds they were putting up there, and then like. They were like drop out the lights in the front. And they were like all black in front of that board, like looking like it was some like really cool imagery and stuff for sure. But I love that, man. I love when the production like takes that show to that next level like that. And so
because like most of the bands in St. Louis don't need that to be an impressive show to go see, but like just like we just said 5 times, it just blew me away with all that stuff. So thank you. Discrepancies for bringing that board to St. Louis. That was huge. Awesome. Great way to give back to your community. Yeah. Like, fantastic. You guys rock.
Yeah.
Oh, and shout out to ATG. He's got his album release show coming up, man. Like, that's going to be super awesome. If I don't have to work, I will be there.
October 13th.
13th?
Yeah. Man, I love ATG. That guy, I love everything they do on Discrepancies, but his solo record's already shaping up to be a hot one, man.
He's one of the rappers, like, if I want to, we'll call him an artist, not a rapper. I'm not putting him in a box like that. He's a talented guy. Yeah. But I love hearing a rapper that can, like, really deliver a message and stay on topic. And, like, he's got, like, Get Hype, dude. That song gets me hype. I can't remember the name of the other song, but the lyrics are super, super, like, uplifting and, like, and they can bring you out of a funk. Like, it's just... He's a good lyricist. He's a great lyricist.
For sure, man. Well, let's go back a bit. Like I said, I do. This is my first time getting a hang and getting to know a little more about Luxora. But fill me in. Joe said, I guess you joined later in things. But how long has Luxora been doing this thing?
All right, we're gonna take it like way back. All right, I was born in 1992.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
Bit forward.
No, okay, not the OG.
He's gonna. Oh, okay.
5 minutes. All right, we're having... So, I guess the hottest time of the day is the best time to mow lawns and stuff like that. But it's all good, He's just doing what we're trying to do. But, so Luxora started a long time ago as a band called The Fighter for Hire when we were all in high school. I can't pin down the exact date, but I'm pretty sure Patrick, who's our singer now, was a freshman or a sophomore when I finally joined the band. They were a Blink-182 cover band. They came to me one day and they're like, hey man, we have a show next week and there's a song we think it'd be really cool if you played lead guitar with, or play for us. And I was like, all right, let's give it a shot. I'll come to practice. And it took one play through the song to have a great lead line for the whole song. They're like, oh, let's keep it going. So after we did the second song, they're like, man, you should just join the band. So we went on a float trip the weekend before the show, and me and Dan, which is the old singer guitar player, we sat down and wrote guitar parts for the whole thing and then played the show next week. And that was that for the 3 years until high school was over. We all went our ways. Patrick moved, I believe it was to Florida first and then Chicago. Dan went off and did his thing. I went and did my thing. A couple of years went by, and then I get a knock at my front door at my mom's house, which is weird because no one knew where I lived at my mom's house. That was the point, you know. Patrick shows up with Brian, and they're like, hey, man, we need you to come be in a band with us and have practice with us. And I was not doing great. So these guys literally saved my life with Luxora. No joke. We go there. That's all cool. Practice went off with a hitch. Bam, we're in a band. We spend 9 months in a unit just writing songs for fun. And we get a random message like, hey, man, this spot opened up on this show next weekend up at the, I think it was, what was this? Skate,
Stadium? Or?
it was the skate park they opened up at the Mills after they like reopened it with a new name. They had a big, I'm blanking on the name because I think they've even changed it since then. Future Skate, that was the name of the event. Thank you. And we played the show there, and the people loved us. And this guy named Eric Cloper at the time was working for Riot Radio. He had us come out to his radio station a week later and start performing. And then, like, ever since then, it just started rolling. And it's been a couple years. Then flashback to, I guess, around 6 to 9 months ago. Some things happened with our bass player, and his life took him a new direction. He had to move away and, like, started his own thing. And it was mutual. Like, we can't have you have our bass player living 3 hours away. It's not plausible. And, like, we already knew Joe. Joe was a great musician before he even joined us. And it was a mutual switch. Like, no one was mad about it. We're still really good friends with Dakota. He still comes out to shows every once in a while. But then Joe took over. And it kind of really reignited what Luxora was doing because we were definitely falling off on our drive. And Joe came into the picture, and he, like, kind of put the fire back under all our butts and, like, sorry, trying to keep it PG-ish, you know, keeping the PC in mind or whatever. Not going to say the A word. I was going to say ass.
I already took care of that, so.
Okay, yeah, well, I mean, that wasn't that's their name.
Right.
It's just like, it's illegal for me to say that, but it's not illegal for me to tell you that it's illegal to say you want to kill the president. It's just like that. You know, like, I can't say that, but I can tell you that you're not allowed to say that.
Right.
That is true.
So, back to the story. Joe's in the band. Everything's going good. He got the fire back under us. He's really got us pushing harder, and we have covered more ground in the 6 months since Joe's been in Luxora in this past year than we have the entire time. Like, we were moving, but now, like, we were running. Now we've got our goals. We can see them now. We're reaching for them. This year's been huge for us. We've had more cool stuff pop off for Luxora, like being on the Viper, or like playing all these shows with like some of our favorite bands, and like just meeting these new people. Like,
you know, we got to play with Common Jones, Gorilla Theory twice this year.
Yeah, twice.
Twice.
And Pogo Funk like 3 times now.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's just been a good year, and we're not done. We're about to hit it super, super hard when our upcoming album is released, which is unannounced. But just keep your ears peeled. Just keep looking.
You'll hear some stuff coming up soon. Trust me. If you follow us on social media, you will see that we're not trying to slow down anytime soon.
No, it's just getting going. It's just getting going.
Well, let's give them a little sneak peek. We have "Death of a Best Friend." I'm assuming that's is that kind of the first single?
That was the first single, yeah.
You're ending the gallows. It's
we actually went down and recorded the single with Mike Gerard at Graveless Studios.
He's an up-and-coming artist. Let's put it there, a producer.
Yeah. He's done a lot of some of my favorite like metal bands in the area's work. He does his own band stuff. He's in instrumental, I would call him like instrumental hard rock punk, hard to describe band called Scuzz that
They're
super
good.
Super
They're good.
awesome. Yeah, and I heard their newest stuff, and I was like, man, guys, we got to go to them. And we went down there and just kind of checked out the studio.
And just fell
And
in love with
we
the
hit
dude,
it off.
man.
It was almost like, okay, it's like this guy gets what we're doing, we get what he's doing, and it was like, all right, let's make something cool.
And Death of a Best Friend was the first one we did with the guy, and it came out, we were more than satisfied. But once you hear the other, like the second song we went and did with this dude, like, the confidence in the recordings are just through the roof now. Like, it's like the first time we figured out what was going on, and then the second time and the next time we go in there, he knows us. He knows exactly what we're going for, and he kills it. He's great. Everyone check out
Can't
Graveless
recommend
Studios,
enough.
man. Yeah, seriously. No, you guys haven't heard about him, but you need to, and you need to check him out. He's great to work with. Great to work with.
And it's right here in St. Louis?
Right here in St. Louis. He lives in South City.
Yeah.
So
Very cool.
It's very, very nice guy. Meeting him was very important for Luxora. We've been looking for the right guy to record us for a couple of years now, and like we haven't necessarily had bad experiences, but it could have been a lot better.
it just wasn't. It didn't work out. It wasn't mutually beneficial.
Yeah, we finally found the guy that we just click with, and now it's just no brainer.
Yeah. You know how like all those like lawyer commercials and everything always like.
Did you hurt your back in a car accident?
Yeah, but the ones that like they always put like the disclaimer on there, like you know the choice of a lawyer is a very important decision and should not be based solely
Yes,
on
the
everything.
choice of who you record with
Right.
is completely up to you. We are not trying to push anything on anybody, but definitely give them a shot and check them out.
But that's fine. But I mean, that's my point though. Is like sometimes like you know just because certain places are like bigger and they have the advertising and then whatever it is like. Doesn't always mean it's going to be a fit for you guys, and it's a lot goes into it. Just like is that building that relationship and meeting that right producer or engineer that wants to figure out what's best for you guys and stuff. So
It's seeming more and more evident to me now with the bands you see around St. Louis. You can go talk to 10 different bands in St. Louis, and they all have their own people that they recommend up and down. And it's just like you said. It's not that these other studios aren't great, and it's not that they do great work. You got to find the guy that you click with, and he gets what you want, and that's all it's about, man. It can really put a soul into an album instead of making it sound like another produced piece of work. Like. I hope that doesn't sound offensive. I don't think it sounds offensive, but I never know what I say. I think that was good though. I think it
sounded good to me. So we are I guess we're heading back. So we have the single out now, and we're heading back in for another session soon.
We are going back in to actually put the finishing touches on an EP, like we said, unannounced. We don't have any dates or anything that we're gonna tell anybody at least, but definitely by the end of the year you will be hearing a lot more material from Luxora than you have right now.
Yeah.
I almost want you guys to be sick of hearing our stuff, like in the best way possible. Like, oh my gosh, we're hearing this song again. Like someone else is playing it. That's what I want. I want you to.
Isn't that what we all want?
Right.
Yeah, for real though.
Well, I guess and that's cool too to have this, you know, sort of representing what the band is now, you know, and stuff. So like as you guys have evolved and everything. So
Joe and I were talking after the show last night. It was like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning on my back deck. And we were just kind of like trying to describe what Luxora has become compared to what it was. And I think we wind up settling on the deal like Luxora's that one young cool uncle you got that like he shows up and gets you beer and like just some weed and like all that good stuff. But then like when your parents find out, he totally covers for you and you just love the crap out of him. That's the goal.
We're not dad rock. We're a cool uncle rock. We have decided.
Yeah, we're cool. We're that awesome uncle. Yeah.
that's definitely a new genre.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you gotta. There's so many of them nowadays. You gotta just keep making them up. You gotta do something to stand out.
Right.
I can't even. I don't think I could make up a new genre name right now if I tried. I think they have touched on so many. It would have to be like operatic funk metal or something like that.
It's been done, man. Didn't you hear that album in 1976 by?
Blah 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 blah.
Exactly.
It's all been done, man.
It's all been done.
That was my favorite operatic funk metal.
Album of all
Yeah,
time.
the Blah 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 from 1976. Yeah, track number 3, Blah, was really good.
Dude, it didn't touch. It didn't get next to Bleep Bleep though.
Bleep Bleep.
Bleep
Yeah.
Bleep was the best.
Can't touch this.
Yeah, that was another good one.
Oh yeah.
I'm really trying to think of like a funk metal band that I've ever heard with opera in it because like I mean that's pretty specific. Like
Yeah,
that's not a genre. That's one band in the
Right.
world.
Yeah.
somebody's done it.
Somebody's done it. Yep.
Yep.
Common Jones, I have faith in you guys. You can figure it out. You guys can make whatever you want. That's your next goal, guys.
Common Jones would do a great operatic funk metal song.
I'm still digging the pirate song, dude. It just makes me happy. It really does. I even told him that last night. I was like, out of all your songs, dude, that one that sounds like a pirate is just, I love it. I love it. Oh, I just broke Caitlin's thing. Oh, no. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. It's just a coaster. She loves coasters.
Yeah. Oh, she heard you.
You just asked for information on your show, so I just gave it to him.
Yeah. So,
We're selling tickets to him.
oh, I guess I could go try to sell tickets to this guy. I don't know. He's mowing a lawn, man. I'll let him finish, and I'll walk out and be like, "Hey, man, you want a beer and give me some money?" It's gonna be good.
End of transaction.
Right. Well, you guys mentioned the second song.
Yeah, this.
Do we want to go ahead and drop this one in?
We absolutely can.
We were gonna keep it a secret, and then they played it on the Viper, and now we're just like, all right, well, we're not gonna put it out there completely, but if you're following us, you'll get to hear it.
You'll get
if
to
you're-
hear.
if
You'll
you're-
have multiple chances to hear it.
before you can get it. But unless for some reason people are like, I swear to God, I will never listen to you guys unless you put this out there. Like people really like complain about it. You're not getting it till you hear the CD.
Yeah.
That simple.
So yeah, we got
I'm asking you guys to blow us up because I want to put it out there. It's such a good song.
So this is Calypso.
Yes.
They,
The whole name would be Memoir Engaged Part 2 Calypso, but we're going to leave that aside until you're reading it, you know, just make it easier for people to find it.
Calypso. The shorter, the better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did notice on the old EP.
There's like 4 paragraphs for 3 songs. Yeah. You know, like, we all came from the time when you had a song with the most ridiculous title, I'm going to shout it out right now, Dogs Can Grow Beards All Over. When the names of songs were just utterly ridiculous and had nothing to do with the lyrical content, that was gold to me.
Yeah.
That was gold.
My old band Divide the Past from probably about the same time you guys were doing Fighter for Hire.
It was
we
the
had
same
a song,
time.
It was a Mitch Hedberg reference, and it was called Ducks Eat for Free at Subway.
There you go.
Yep. And it literally, the one, yeah, we totally jumped all over that trend because we had another one about the Salem witch trials, and it was whoever said Massachusetts was boring. Like,
That's a good one. That's a good one. I like that one.
Dude, credit to my buddy John who came up with that. He's what kept that band.
That was genius, John. Because that does pertain to what we're talking about.
Sure. Well, and I got the Coheed poster on the wall here, and those guys were pretty good about that too. They were putting those long titles in there and stuff. So
I mean, maybe we stroke them too hard, but like they're 3 out of the 4 of us, minus Joe, because Joe has different taste in music. Our favorite bands, like I have a Coheed tattoo, Patrick's got one, Brian's got one.
And
like,
it's not like I love Coheed. Just for the record, I love Coheed, Head Cambria too. But
he wouldn't let Claudio Sanchez take them into his arms like we would.
a loving embrace.
yeah.
He's like the prettiest ugly man in the world. I'm just kidding, Claudio. I think you're beautiful. You know that. I told you. Told you to your face. I thought you were a beautiful man.
My buddy used to live in New York City. Funny story, and he had a Coheed and Cambria backpack. Walked around New York with it every day.
He
lost it. 2 days later, who does he run into on the streets of New York City?
Claudio Sanchez.
And he's literally didn't have anything to say about it. Said, I lost my backpack with you guys on it.
Like, I'm too nervous to say anything real, but
Yep.
I would have had it.
Yeah.
Dude, like, Claudio is a really cool dude. If we're just going to talk about him, I saw this one video, and it's, he's a New York local, and he doesn't have the big head about, who he is. He's still a real person like everyone else out there. I saw this video of him just walking down the street. He's got his guitar and stuff like that. And a kid recognized him, and he just busted out his guitar on the street and just played like 4 songs to just the random people at this coffee shop. And like, it kind of takes me back to like Foo Fighters, like Dave Grohl. Like, that guy is a mega rock star. Like, it's hard to get bigger than Dave Grohl, and he still has the simple humanity. Like, I'm gonna go play a show at this coffee shop. I'm gonna go down to this record store. We're gonna have Foo Fighters play in a room that holds 120 people and just for free. Like, I admire the hell out of those people.
Yeah.
Like, I can't give people's names out because none of them really come to mind, but there are the people that just like, oh my gosh, we are so famous now, I'm better than everyone else. And like, I don't know how much I love your music. I won't respect you for that.
Sure.
Like, I will. People like Thank You Scientist, Coheed and Cambria, all those bands where like we hung out with our idols, and then by 10 minutes into it, they're just homies and just acting like regular guys. That will put anybody so much further in my book than acting like a megastar. Like,
Right. Yeah, there's bands that I don't really care for their music, but I'm a fan just because of the people they are and stuff.
Absolutely, yeah.
So it makes me like their music more because they are good people. But then the same goes when they're an asshole. It's like, oh man, it's hard for me to enjoy that music anymore because
my experience with you tainted my
Right.
view on everything.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so.
I have one band like that. I'm not gonna say any names or nothing like that, but for a couple weeks, I was like, I'm not listening to these guys right now. They made me upset when I saw them live, and now I'm like, okay, I forgot how much I love that CD. Like, I forgive you guys. Like, I'll see you next time.
Yeah. I was thinking you mentioned Mitch Hedberg and like
So funny.
for me, man. Like I'm like every day is like a walking Mitch Hedberg reference for me. Like even I just go to the vending machine or whatever, and you think of like
I did not learn my AABBCCs.
Yeah.
God damn it.
yeah. It's just like so many of those things. Like he's got a joke for everything, so it's like. Every day I just think of like another Mitch joke and like it makes me
He has one of the most unique perspectives on life of probably anybody who's ever walked this earth. Just the way that he did observational comedy.
Yeah, well,
but it was
Speedballs will do that to you.
Yeah, he had his demons, but I mean, I think that's true with a lot of artists. You know, it's like can sometimes be a.
Bill Hicks said it the best, man.
Yeah.
Bill Hicks said it the best. If you don't think drugs and alcohol have done good things for the people that have changed your life throughout the years, you know, I don't know if anyone's heard that Tool song. I'm not going to go into the whole quote because I don't want to botch it, but I actually didn't know Mitch Hedberg until a few months ago when Joe showed him to me.
Oh wow!
I try to convert everybody,
dude, and he was like, "Kyle, not a people like this guy, but you, sir, are gonna love him." And like, as soon as he said like, "No, I don't have a girlfriend," I just know a girl would be really mad if she heard me say that, dude. I laughed so hard, and my girlfriend just hated me after that point. But then he just kept having me rolling, and when he got to his whole bit about like how much he loves baked potatoes and he doesn't have a microwave, oh my god, it was just uncontrollable laughter. Like, and it's not even like there was even like necessarily a punchline in that joke. It's just
it's observation.
It's just so good. It's so good.
Yeah. The grilled Fritos and like all that, like, better flip that Frito, Dad. Man, so many.
We could literally fill the rest of this with just going around the circle doing Mitch Hedberg jokes. But
do you want to?
Yeah.
I'm just like,
we'll spare you my bad delivery. So,
but yeah, man, I got to actually I saw Mitch.
Are you serious?
At the pageant, it was supposed to be a co-headlining tour with Mitch and Stephen Lynch.
Oh, wow. That would have been a great show. Well, you said supposed. What happened?
Yeah, so Lynch had to drop off. He got a deal, like he was on Broadway for The Wedding Singer. Mm-hmm. He played Adam Sandler's character from the movie on Broadway and stuff, and so it was a pretty big deal for him. And so he dropped off of that show, and it was turned into like Mitch and Friends. And I can't remember who I'm sure they were a bunch of greats that now I love, but like at the time, like I didn't recognize any of the names. Mm-hmm. But you know, getting to see Mitch, and then of course like he passed shortly after that, and like so it was a real bummer. But you know, getting to have that night that
I'm lucky.
Yeah,
you're lucky to have that.
Man, he was one of the best though for sure. Like and gone way too soon. So he. I've got to see it. I mean, comedy is a big part of my life, so I go to see a lot of comedy, and it's cool to see. I got to see a lot of greats before they
became the
Right,
greats. Like,
right. But you're getting to see him inside the pageant. I saw even like I saw Chappelle inside the pageant. Like well after he did like sold out like 8 shows. There.
You really saw? You got to see?
Yeah, I almost went to that, and then I almost went to stand in line for that, and then I had a call from a buddy. He's like, "Yeah, we got here like 4 hours before our doors," and he's like, "It was already mobbed," and I was like, "Well, I'm definitely not going to get one now." So
yeah, I think he sold 8 shows like Halloween weekend like a couple years ago, and like. I was like, that's nuts. Like, that's, I think pageant's like 2,300 people or something like that, somewhere in there. And like,
when they sell out the first show, so they have to book a second one, and then they sell that one out, and they're like, oh my god, we have to do a third one.
Well, I think, I'm sure they give them, I'm sure Dave gives them a block of dates, like, sell as many as you can, and this, whatever, something like that, you know, like, so it's like, they have one and that sells out, and then they announce the second one and like so on. So, but I'm sure they had probably Dave for 4 nights
just in case.
I would have gone to every show.
Right.
Isn't it Kevin Gates who's coming to town recently? And they had one show and then it sold out. So like, all right, let's do another one, and then that one sold out too. So now they have to do a third one. That's it just gives you faith in your local scene, dude. Like
people in St. Louis love going to see music.
I think Garth Brooks did like, I think he did 4 nights here in St. Louis or something at the arena down the Scott Trade, whatever. Now Enterprise Center.
Yeah, they change the name every like 2 years.
I still call it Verizon, like whatever they are. Like they're all the same name of what they were when I was in middle school.
Yeah. But he did like. But I think in like Nashville maybe or whatever, another city, he did like 8 nights in a row, and like that's like 40,000 people every night. Like that's
you can't hate on greatness, man. Right. Garth Brooks is one of the goats. You know,
people might kill me for saying this, but like I kind of feel the same way about Nickelback, man. Like
here comes it's controversial opinion time.
Controversial opinion. I don't think Nickelback's as bad as everyone else does. I still like Nickelback. Doesn't mean I listen to them every day, but they were a part of my life, and you gotta respect the greats like that, because you might talk all the crap you want, but he's gonna laugh his happy butt all the way to the bank.
They speaking of comedy and selling out shows, I was listening to this podcast a bit ago, and they were talking about Dane Cook, another kind of.
He was like a blip.
Yeah, well, he was like huge but then now people like. I think it's the Nickelback effect. I think though, like they get huge, people love them, and then all of a sudden like
they're so big, people
You can have too much of a good thing,
right? Then everybody just starts hating them. So like, because I remember I was a big Dane fan before he got to where he was, and then all of a sudden it's like I have everybody come up like, "You ever heard of Dane Cook?" I'm like, "Yeah,
yes.
like 8 years ago." Like so
yeah. Like you guys are laughing at the jokes that I've heard hundreds of times.
Like I told you this 3 years ago, and you didn't think it was funny. Now you do.
But Dane, I was listening to the podcast, and Barry Katz was like his manager at the time, and they were talking about that he sold out 2 shows at Madison Square Gardens, and then like 2 shows at the next weekend at Boston Gardens or whatever. So 80 people 2 weekends in a row, sold out shows. Like that's a lot of people going to a comedy show. Like,
that's a big deal, man.
Yeah, for sure. So
he was on top of the world. There's no denying that.
Yeah.
You know, it may have been short, but man, he was the guy.
The number one name in comedy for a solid 2 years, pretty much.
Oh yeah, for
like
sure.
At least in stand-up comedy, maybe not movies, but dude, even like. Was an Employee of the Month. Even I thought that movie was funny. Like, I mean, Joe might hate me for it. But.
I'm not saying that's a bad movie. I'm just saying your taste in movies is a little questionable.
I am not as hard to please as you.
That's fair.
But I'm a lot harder to please than Brian, who likes everything. So
we got a good range in the band, you know.
Yeah.
Brian likes all music. He is and when I don't just mean all genres.
Like
he will find something good to say about every artist that has ever been, and I'm critical. It's not. I don't want to say I'm a hater, but I like to dissect things. I like to analyze, and I like to be like, well, I like A, B, and C, but maybe D they could have done it this way.
Right.
That's just the that's just who I am, and it balances out.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I guess I'm similar to that too. Like, there's a lot. I love a lot of music. I love a lot of different stuff. A lot of in movies too. I mean, the same thing. But like. But people assume like, oh, you like rock music, you like this, and I'm like, nope, don't.
That's not a safe bet at all.
Yeah,
I like every kind of music, but not every artist in that style of music.
Right. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of I'm very particular about artists. It's like there's a lot. It could be in a similar genre, but just doesn't do it for me. So
Like I like hip hop. But probably not any of the artists you like.
Yeah.
Like I've got like my solid 4 or 5, and then every once in a while a new one comes along that impresses me in their way, and then I'm hooked. But like it's like you're saying, just because I say I do like rap, I'm not gonna like 80% of what you show me. You know, like
exactly. Well, you again, we mentioned the For the City Halloween Bash, October 27th. Come out and see Luxora there. We got $5 tickets available. You've heard 2 new songs today. Get you a little hold you over till we get this new EP.
Yeah, you'll be hearing soon. I promise you. By the time you're hearing this, it will not be long before you hear something.
Just it would be in everyone's best interest that wants to know the future for Luxora. Come to the For the City show.
Yeah.
There
Come
you
to
go.
the For the City show.
There you go. And we'll talk about it. We'll have a little chat.
We will say some things, if you will.
And you can get involved with all things Luxora on your Facebook and Instagram, right?
Yep, we got Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and
Twitter?
YouTube. It's all Luxora Official.
There's Luxora Official.
If you search Luxora Official, it'll come up every time on all the platforms. We're also on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes. It's just the death of a best friend right now.
That's it. That's all you have right now.
That's all you have.
That's all you have.
That's really all you need.
I'm impressed with what we've done with our one song so far. I'm really ready for the EP.
I think people are going to be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear what's coming up, man. But yeah, hopefully we can do another one of these soon with Brian and
Patrick.
Yeah.
Once we finish the recording of the album and we have the new song that's under wraps that we're going to be pushing hard when this one comes out, we'll definitely make sure you get a live performance of that song and the other ones you want to hear.
Yeah.
But Pat's just a little off the ropes right now. He needs his time.
Yeah.
And we're just leave it at that.
Yeah. Again, join us at Pops. We'll see you all very soon.
We'll all be there.
Oh yeah.
And
with our party pants on.
With our party pants on. Well, actually, that we may not be wearing pants for our
they
costume.
might not be pants.
No, yeah.
I'm not gonna say what's up.
But they may be though.
Our junk will be covered, so no worries there. I promise there.
There will be no nudity.
No
It's
nudity
in our contracts.
But I mean, everyone likes a nice breeze up the gooch every once in a while. That's okay to say, right?
Yeah, that's actually the title of the next song. So a little teaser for you.
There you go. Yes, exactly. But you have to come out to the show to hear it, though. So now you know you want to hear that song.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Have a good one.
Rock Paper Podcast. Rock Paper Podcast. Rock Paper Podcast.
Rock Paper Podcast.
Well, yeah, that was it.